People, hello, how are we? Hopefully we're all doing well. I'm Tom. Turki Alalshikh versus Canelo Alvarez. It seems like it's going to be headlining the next Riyadh season card. No, but in more seriousness, they've been having a bit of a back and forth, a bit of a verbal disagreement. Some tweets have been exchanged. And look, the first I saw of this was Turki Alalshikh's tweets saying that he's going to disregard the Canelo versus Crawford fight and look at other people in the US market, people like Benavidez, Crawford, the likes of that, which I get, Shakur Stevenson, whatever it is. And initially I thought that's probably just because of Crawford's performance. I thought that was probably what it is. He thought that didn't warrant the Canelo-Alvarez fight next, and maybe he needs to sort of build up to it. There's less of a pull for that. But actually, I've been doing what probably everyone's been doing. I'm no different. I've been looking at all the tweets or the interviews that have been going around. Canelo especially has been doing the rounds recently, a lot of interviews. And there's clearly a bit more to it. From my perspective, from what I've read, from what I've seen, it looks to me like Canelo's having a bit of a power trip. He's looked at everything going on, looked at the money offered, and he will know it's a very close-knit circle, the boxing circle, so he'll know what the likes of AJ, probably Fury, Usyk, people like that have been getting paid. Probably even Crawford have been getting paid for their fights on the Riyadh season sort of shows, and he'll know what he's done for boxing. He'll be thinking, hang on a second, I've done way more than these guys have for boxing, and I've done it for way longer than these guys have. I want way more money. And I think for that reason, he's almost like rejected the money being offered as a bit of a power trip. And now look, he's got a bit of a point to what he's saying. I get it, because he has done a lot of boxing. He's given me a lot of entertainment for many years, and he has been the cash cow, the face of boxing for a long while, the top of the pound for pound list. But make no mistake, Canelo's draw is dropping. Now, when I say this, make no mistake here, again, these numbers are nothing to be sniffed at. These are huge, huge numbers, and Canelo is still, by no stretch of the imagination, he's just still a massive draw, right? That's not going to change, but he hasn't had a million pay-per-views in, did he even hit a million pay-per-views in the Triple G fight or the Bivol fight? But since then, his numbers have been going down and down and down and down. He gets 300,000 pay-per-view buys. Now again, these numbers are nothing to be sniffed at. These are huge numbers, but they are decreasing from the Canelo that we know, from what we're used to seeing from Canelo Alvarez. I think because of that, that's why he's been doing the rounds recently. I've been offered, he wants more money, and yeah, he's facing lesser opponents, but his draw's going down. He's doing the rounds, trying to get that back, and he wants more money. And I think there is some kind of weight behind that, but the fact of the matter is his draw's diminishing, and I think he was offered some money, but rejected it, snubbed the offer because he thinks he's worth more, a bit of a power trip. So that was my thoughts, and then I saw that Turki's tweeted saying that he thinks that he's not the one that's afraid to fight Benavidez, and he's not the one that's afraid to fight Crawford. Now, I don't think that's fair. I don't think Canelo's afraid to fight either. Certainly not Crawford. I think after the performance on Saturday, he probably isn't afraid to fight Crawford. And why would you be? The guy didn't struggle, but was pushed very much so by somebody who's a few weight classes below him. But the Benavidez one, and I said this in a video a while back, he ducked Benavidez. There's no two ways about it. It was a duck. Now, that's not to say he's scared to fight him, but the excuses he was making to not fight Benavidez, he hasn't made to not fight others. He's fought others without making those excuses when they've been they've been there. He's on both sides of the table. So why is it now suddenly an issue? And I said that. So I don't think he's necessarily scared of Benavidez, but he's definitely ducking the fight. The Crawford one, he's saying it's because he doesn't want the fight. They're the ones that want the fight, and look, maybe there's some truth to that, but I think Crawford would hit that fight in a heartbeat. I think Crawford really wants that fight. And I actually think stylistically, Canelo's, the way he fights is perfect for Crawford, and if all else was equal, I actually think Crawford would win, but all else isn't equal, right? And because all else isn't equal, I think Canelo will win. There's weight classes for a reason, right? But yeah, so I think that's a bit unfair to say, and it's probably just a dig at him to try and not necessarily get under his skin, but just a dig at him. Because, yeah, it's true. He's ducked. I think he's ducked Benavidez, and he's ducked Crawford by saying I want more money. Because I don't think that the Saudis lowballed him. I think that's not how the Saudis do business. I think the Saudis offered him a good chunk, like good lump sum of money, a fair lump sum of money. Canelo just wants more, but the Saudis are looking at it going, well, from a business point of view, your numbers are dwindling, your pay-per-view buys are falling, why would we offer you more? But he's thinking, well, I've done this in the past, I've done that in the past, I'm this, I'm that. So he wants more. I think that's where the issue's kind of arisen. But I don't think the Saudis have lowballed him. I think they've given him a fair amount of money. He just wants more. So again, is that kind of a duck? I see his point. Look, the fact of the matter is, I don't think the Saudis lowballed him. I think they gave him a good chunk of money, and I think like that's just not how they do business. So I think what's happened is Canelo's got annoyed at the opponent, not anything else. He said it, it has to be on my terms. I'm thinking, well, what more do you want? Your terms. You'll be a headline event on a Riyadh season card, getting a lot of money. The opponent is the issue here. Benavidez and Crawford. I think that's the issue. Again, it's a bit of a power trip. I think he's using perhaps the money as an excuse, but I don't think it is the money because, it's like I said, the same with the Chris Eubank Jr. fight. Chris Eubank Jr. takes that Canelo fight. They sit there, Ben Schlong can sit there and go, oh well, he wants, the money wasn't right. No, you take that fight. You take that fight because if you win, which you should believe you can win, or even if you lose well, if you lose and you lose the fight looking good, then your draw, that's when the big money fights happen. If you get the rematch, or you just get the next fight is a big money fight. Either way, you take that fight. And it's the same with the Saudis. If they did offer you a low ball number, you take the fight. Because if you impress, they'll have you back. And you want to come back. Because if they have you back, you're making more and more and more money. But I don't think they did lowball him. I think it's the opponent this issue. He doesn't want to fight Crawford. But like I said, the fact of the matter is, his numbers are dwindling. He's not got the same pull he once did. Now, he still has a huge, huge, huge pull and will still make a lot and a lot of money. But his pay-per-view buys have been falling. And it's because he just won't fight big guys anymore. He won't fight the top fighters, Benavidez. He won't fight Crawford. And that's on him. I have no doubt Benavidez wants that fight. I have no doubt Crawford wants that fight. He won't fight them. And because of that, his draw is falling. That's my 2 pence on it, people. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Maybe I've missed the mark here and I'm not trying to slate Canelo Alvarez. I'm just giving my take on things and how I've seen it, how I think it's going. Let me know if I'm wrong. Look forward to reading people. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know how YouTube works, people. Peace.